channel for me, and it's kind of a new adventure for me as well. If you are finding this video, you probably are starting your journey to get dentures, which is what I'm doing right now. And I just want to start off and kind of give you an idea who I am and why I am having to get dentures, and the backstory. So let me turn this lamp down just a little bit because it's in my eyes. So if you can't tell, I have awful teeth. They haven't always been bad. Actually, they used to be really, really nice until I started having kids. And so I am 30 years old, and I had my first child in 2007. He's about to be 11. My pregnancy with him was pretty normal. I did end up having like a toothache for a molar and getting it pulled. And then I had my daughter, had her in 2011, and while I was pregnant with her, that's when all the dental problems kind of started. So I had a lot of dental work. I had all my bottom molars pulled that hadn't been pulled before, and several of my top ones. So most of this work was done when I was pregnant with her or right after I had her. And then I had my third child in 2015. And that's when I started having problems with these remaining teeth that I have. I haven't had any pulled in several years. So, but I didn't have any problems with them. It was just like night and day. They went from perfectly white. I brushed every day. I floss. Use mouthwash. I wash what I eat. So it was just kind of like a shock. Come to find out, in January of last year, I found out that I had thyroid disease and Hashimoto's disease and a severe calcium deficiency. I had vitamin D deficiency. I was anemic. I had lots and lots of other health problems going on. So I suppose that caused that. I know my endocrinologist, he said that it would, if it was affecting my bones, then it was definitely affecting my teeth. And so just also when I was pregnant with my last two babies, the one in 2015, and I just had a little girl in this December of 2017. So once I had those pregnancies, and with my older daughter, I had a lot of morning sickness. So he said that that could have caused a lot of damage because the acid. As a matter of fact, with those 3 pregnancies, I lost weight, and with the last pregnancy, I lost 80 pounds when I was pregnant with her. So, over the last year and a half, maybe mostly the last year, that's when cosmetically, aesthetically, whatever, I started having issues with them. I didn't want to smile. I didn't want to see me laugh. I was doing like this to laugh and like this to laugh. And so it was just, I knew it was time, but I was pregnant, and they started hurting me pretty bad when I was pregnant, and I actually went to my OB and tried to convince her to let me get dentures while I was pregnant. I just didn't want to have, I wanted to be able to smile from my pictures when I had her, and but she shot it down because I was anemic, and it was too risky. So finally, after I had her, I went to a local, it's kind of local, it's an hour away, denture company. They're not affiliated with any franchise, they're just a small denture, one dentist, 3 denturists that work there, and a small office. Very affordable, and I love them. And if you're in Western North Carolina and you would like to know more about them, you can leave a comment below, or send me a message or email, and I can send you their information. But so when I went there, I was expecting that she was going to tell me I needed all full upper and lower. After I had all my bottom ones done, pulled when I was pregnant with my daughter, they did give me a partial, but I was getting sore spots here and here, and so I ended up not even wearing it. I left it out a couple times, or I pull it out to eat because food would get up under it, and it wouldn't go back in. So I actually threw it away a couple months ago. I wish I would have kept it because I would have loved to seen it compared to now that my gums have had 6 years to heal. But to my surprise, when I went, she said, "Yep, I totally agree that you need dentures, but I think your bottoms are worth saving." And she said, it's really hard to adjust to a lower denture. And she said I like to tell people it's the equivalent of learning to be wheelchair bound, or having to relearn to walk. So I was like, okay, well, what about when these, fall apart like the rest of them? And I've had lots of fillings done. I have these here, and then I have this one. That's all I have left on the bottom. And I'll show you up close because I want to do a good before and after. But she said, let's do a partial, and we can always add a tooth if one, needs to come out in a few years. There's no telling how long it will last. But I figured learning to deal with the upper denture is hard enough. And I've already have anxiety about it, so I'm sure it'll be easier just for me to know that there's not going to be any change in here once I get it, situated the way I want it. It's going to be good for a while anyway. And then hopefully, I won't have any soreness down here, so all my extractions will be right here. So that's what we planned on. I went back for impressions, and when they were doing impressions, I have 2 teeth, but I consider it one because they're so broken. But there's 2 teeth right beside each other that I have left back here. It's my only molars that I have on this side left. And when she was actually doing the impression, my half of the tooth that was already almost gone, all the rest of the enamel came off of it. So I was like, now I'm going to be stuck with a toothache. I hope you're pulling these next week. And that was a month ago. And so my E-Day extraction date is tomorrow. And I just kind of wanted to fill you in on how I feel with that. So I just kind of wanted to document it before, because I can't go back and do it again. So I am nervous, and I have prepared myself for that, and I'm going to do a whole other video showing you that. But right now, I want to show you what I've got. I just brushed my teeth, so I got this one, and I got this one, and this one. Okay, this one that's enamel's gone, and those two way back there. I can turn the light up. They don't look terrible on the camera, but in person they're a lot worse. I'll be glad to fill in all my redneck holes. So actually, I would say that if I wasn't missing teeth, I probably, or like this one, or the enamel's gone completely, I probably wouldn't care so much about the looks. And I've been very fortunate to not have any pain, major pain. I've had a few like toothaches here, and these up here have started getting, that's kind of what pushed me, because I was having, these were hurting me like every night. But they are sensitive to cold and heat and all that. But these top ones, see the chip? When that happened, I was in tears, and I thought, I have to have implants is what I was stuck on. I was like, I have to get implants. My teeth are ruined now. And but you know, over time I got used to it. But I did, that's one thing that I was doing a lot of, was focusing on getting those implants and the all-on-4s, because I thought I was too young. I've had, you know, bone loss from not having any lowers, and I just kept thinking that that's what I was going to have to do. I didn't put dentures in my mind. I thought that's the last resort that I want to have to do. But over time and watching people's videos, and a lot of you guys out there, if you still watch videos, if you're watching this, you know, I've watched everybody's YouTube videos that's on YouTube that has anything to do with dentures. So I've watched you probably. But with that, in the on Facebook group, Dentures Before and After support group, that's on Facebook. If you're not on it, go find it. With that, I got excited about it. So I'm like, they're beautiful smiles, and I'm ready for that. I'm ready to not worry about smiling, or if I can choose something or whatever. I've got so used to chewing with nothing in the back. That's probably where these got really bad really quick, because I was putting so much pressure on them because they were my only teeth. But you know, if you're one of these people that's on there and you're like, well, there's no other option than to have implants, go to your denturist, go somewhere, get a consultation, and look at the different dentures, talk to them about it, talk to them about your concerns, and the set that I'm getting are just temporary sets, but the ones that I'm getting in 6 months, my permanents, are top of the line. I got a really good deal on them, and I'm really excited. I'll be really excited to get them, and so that's it. That's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and film my, my day for my pre-extraction date video. So if you've watched this, go ahead and go watch that, because I'm going to upload them at the same time. I hope you guys follow my journey, and I hope that, you know, I inspire you or give you some information or whatever I can do to help you through this journey yourself. Bye.